Bill here from Maple Leaf Enterprises. I had to wear a sweatshirt here today out in downtown Toms River here. A little cold here down at the compound here in TR. But the DBA tip of the day today is going to be something pretty simple. And it has to do with login prompt. Someone had asked a question, what do you do when you have multiple instances running on your machine? How do you kind of manage that? Also got asked as well, what do I do with all these machines that you see around here? Basically have three. I have a laptop and I have two Mac minis. And the reason is when you're a consultant, you are logging in and out of people's VPN clients, and they don't play nice a lot of times on the same machine. In fact, they can't stand each other. They're the two bullies in the schoolyard, and you do need other machines, and that's also why I use parallels. So for you Mac folks, you use parallels. I cut up my machine into 6 different pieces as well, because I can also use the Unix or the Linux client as well, VPN client, to log in to customers as well. So you kind of have those options. So that is what is going on. So that is what happens with all these machines and these screens, is that you are logged into different machines and different servers, and you need to be able to have the bandwidth to do that. You're not going to be able to do that on just one machine. So anyway, getting back to glogin, pretty basic one here. Let's pull up the command prompt. You're going to log in, right? We're going to get our banner page. We talked about that, right? That's important that you get your banner. Warning, warning, Will Robinson. That would actually be pretty cool if you could actually attach a voice or an MPEG. But anyway, that would be, I guess, kind of juvenile. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to change the SQL prompt, which I've already done, that it's going to automatically read whatever instance or SID that I'm actually set in my session. And how you do that is there's a file in the Oracle Home SQL plus admin, okay, and it's called glogin. And you are just going to VI that, and in here you could do all kinds of stuff, but this is where you're going to set your prompt. You might want to use something similar to this. The key here is that you have this switch, this connect identifier. This is the key switch right here. That actually will read from the operating system what the SID is and basically push that into your SQL prompt. And you could get really creative with this and put all different kinds of stuff in here and make it look real fancy. If you don't want the less than sign or greater than sign, you want to put something else there, like a dollar sign or whatever you want to put. You want to put your birth sign. I mean, whatever you want to put in there, you can put. But this is how you do it. You would set it in here. You would save it. Do it as the Oracle user. All right, I already did it. And you can see, again, it will actually bring up. And then if I go in here and then I change the SID, all right, and then I bring up SQL Plus again, and this database doesn't exist, but it will change the prompt. Right? Not fancy, old dinosaur type trick. But I to this day, I will tell you, I log into systems I've never logged into before, and I don't even see this done. So as old of a dinosaur trick this is, no one's actually doing it. And it's really only important if you have more than one instance. I always like to do it even if I have one instance, because I've always found that even if a box only has one instance on it, it's only a matter of time before something else shows up on it, right? It's kind of the law of averages. Even if it's a little dinky database, it always winds up getting something else on there. It never lives alone, right? And it's about leverage, right? Everyone's trying to leverage the most out of their hardware that they paid for, their Oracle licenses, what have you. So, it is what it is. So just another one that you do right out of the gate, and make sure that you are set up with that and the banner. And then what I'm going to do here is I am going to, what did I do with it? I did save it. There's actually a document that you can, here it is right here. I'll put this up here for you. There is an Oracle document. I'm sure if you Google G-Login, you'll probably get 1,000 people who will tell you all different ways to do it. You can write a secondary script. There's probably some 14-year-old who will probably tell you more than I will out there in the blogosphere. But this is the actual Oracle document, how to use new predefined variables in the SQL prompt. Here's the doc ID. You can pull this up. This was actually just updated last year, so they're really keeping up to date on that one. But this tells you all the different switches that you can use and how to use them. And I would stick to this one first before you start venturing out and listening to everybody, because again, the more customizations you make to this, you are going to eventually create problems at some point for something. Right? So just be aware of that sort of thing. So there you go. And that's the document for it. And that gives you an idea of what, and I actually have to say some of these switches are new to me, because again, this isn't something I actually work with every single day of my life. I go in, I change it, I know the switches that I know, and I do it and I move on, right? But you could get more on this one here, and this is where to go get it. So that's pretty much it. Light day for Friday. That is the tip of the day. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back with more hopefully on Monday. Now, I know a lot of folks, good feedback on the security video, so I'm going to try and stick to a little bit more of those next week. It'll actually be good for me as well. It'll force me to do my due diligence a little more. A lot of stuff that I do in the security world is more robotic than it is, understanding why you're doing things. You'll find that with Oracle, it's such a huge piece of software, and with so many tentacles, it's literally impossible to remember everything. And I tell everyone over and over and over again, don't remember everything. Remember where to get the documents and the documentation on how to do things. Especially things that can tend to be repetitive, but that you don't use all the time. There's no reason to keep it in the storage container, right? Put it in the vault. If you need it and you need to reference it, you go back, you look at it. All you need to do is glance at it, say, oh yeah, okay, I remember. Boom, done. No need. All right, so that's kind of, how to play it. So anyway, again, have a good weekend and hope to see everyone back. Keep that feedback coming. It's really cool. I know I got a couple of nasty grams from, I guess, some DBAs who've been around a long time. I don't know, I guess you don't have enough time on your hands. You're going to beat me up about something. That's fine. If it makes you feel better, have at it. I'm all grown up. I can handle it. So have a good weekend and hope to see you back next week.